out there. This is MLTI Ambassador Rob Dominick. I'm here to host this Community Corner spin-off of our Teaching with Tech podcast, where we get to highlight various things going on in education across Maine that may not fit into our normal episode. I'm calling this episode 2.5 because as a math teacher, I'm constantly telling my students not to hate on decimals, so I might as well use them when I can. For this short episode, you will be learning about the Educate Maine Symposium held in December of 2022 and hear an interview from a couple of attendees. Enjoy! Back on December 9th, Educate Maine held a symposium at the Holiday Inn by the Bay in Portland. This was an all-day event that brought together educators, business leaders, policymakers, and diverse citizens from across the state. The morning plenary session brought together Brian King, the president of Bank of America in Maine, Amanda Leith, head of talent acquisition at Fiber Materials Incorporated, and Dana O'Brien, president of Focus Maine. This kickoff session was a discussion about how their respective experiences with Maine education not only had a positive impact on their own lives, but also strongly shaped the companies they work for. The symbiotic relationship between businesses in Maine and education in Maine was referenced numerous times and is really the theme of the annual symposium. Among many topics offered, some individual sessions included community college response to workforce demand, the future of K-12 computer science education in Maine, student-led civil rights learning opportunities, and of course our own MLTI and Caribou Community School innovative collaboration. After 2 years of being conducted virtually, this year's event was able to be back in person. At the conference, I caught up with Kennebec County Teacher of the Year 2022, Seth Mitchell, and Franklin County Teacher of the Year for 2022, Stacey Augustine. In particular, Seth found that business-to-educator connection to be very powerful from this symposium.
One thing that really came home for me today is how important it is to remember what we're sending kids into. I think we can get really focused on preparing kids for a future that we imagine, but seeing what that future really looks like and what those needs are, and I think is a reminder that we need to connect kids to that future so that they can see and feel and envision what that future really is for them, and that's motivating, right? When we can talk about preparing them for their next lives, but if they don't know what that looks like, they're not very motivated to get there. And so we're trying to motivate kids all the time for a future that we imagine that may not even be true anymore, right? Or in our limited scope of experience. But here we have this tremendous body of leaders, business leaders and organizational leaders that know what they need from kids. And so it's a good reminder that what our mission is.
Additionally, Stacey added that being able to collaborate with others is a motivating force for her at conferences like this one, as she is always looking to learn and grow as an educator.
Really just the collaboration and networking with others has brought me here today, and being able to look for people who know more than me and have different views and different passions and pathways to get is really the most important. And that's what I'm looking for, is to build that network so that way we can continue to build our own knowledge and then have that knowledge and experience and expertise travel down and impact children.
Awesome. And then in education, like a lot of times it can be done in isolation, right? There can be a lot of just working on your own. How important, how does it make you a better educator? How does it enhance education overall, do you think, when you have this opportunity?
So I have my own ideas, and I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. And being a part of something bigger really shows me that those pieces and putting it all together collaboratively is more than I could do alone. Whether it's resources, time, energy, other people, the ideas, I can't do what I could do by myself. I need those people to elevate me to then impact everyone else.
If you are interested in learning more about Educate Maine and one of its notable programs, Project Login, which is the state's leading resource for anyone interested in computing and IT field, please visit their website at educatemaine.org and projectlogin.com. You can sign up for their newsletters and be sure to look out for their information about next year's symposium coming in December 2023.
A big shout out to Seth and Stacey for being able to take the time to discuss the symposium with us as well as their perspectives. Again, if you are looking for a way to connect education to the business world, make sure to look into the Educate Maine Symposium next time it comes around. As always, this podcast was produced by the MLTI team, which is part of the Maine Department of Education. And if you would like to contact us or be willing to share your own experiences on our podcast, please email us at doe-mlti2.0@maine.gov. Before we go, we'd like to make sure that you are aware of a couple other conferences coming up. The first is EdCamp 207, which is going to be held on March 11th at Turner Elementary School in Turner, Maine. Registration is already open, and you can find their website by searching EdCamp 207 and finding its associated Google site. The other conference is the Maine Council for English Language Arts, and that conference is going to be held on March 17th at the Westin in Portland, Maine. Registration is already going for that one as well, and you can find their information at their website, mainecela.org, or you can find the link in the show notes. One more announcement, just making sure everybody's heard of that first grade class where for some reason students only knew 25 letters of the alphabet. Nobody knew why.
Class dismissed.